Good evening.
Hello, welcome back to the Biermanblog. We're going to talk about the newest movie we've just seen.
And let's just say I'm super happy we did not go to the theater and pay for it.
Yes, we watched the newest movie we've seen, Halloween Ends, and we watched it on Peacock. And yes, I am so glad we didn't spend money to go out to the movie theater to see this movie because we didn't like it.
No, we didn't. So
There's gonna be spoilers in this review because we really don't care. Okay.
We really don't. So if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want any spoilers, we suggest you turn this off. And we'll give you 5 seconds to turn it off.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
Whatever. If you turned it off, great. If not, and you're still with us, thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. If you actually like the movie, tell us why. I would surely like to know. I mean, there is some good parts in it, maybe, but for the most part, it's not good.
There's not. It's not. Okay, so first, I'm gonna be honest with you. I barely remember the previous movie. I just remember Anthony Michael Hall's in it, and
Evil dies tonight.
Evil dies.
That's the big thing you remember from that one.
Yeah, no, I don't even remember that. I just remember.
Okay, so
and then them killing some random dude who was obviously psychotic and like mentally.
Well, the mental patient who jumped out the window.
Yes.
Even though they should know what Michael looks like because he's been in a mental institution, so they should have a picture of him to put on television to say this is what Michael Myers looks like. But they don't.
Yes.
Even though he's a dangerous escaped person.
Okay.
So everyone in the hospital thinks this guy is Michael Myers when he's not. Yeah. Forget that plot. Why would you think about that?
Yeah. So in Halloween Ends, the movie begins with some random dude.
The new character, Corey.
The new character, Corey, but it's very just random. It just randomly starts this guy is riding his bike to go babysit, and
Now, did you notice that the titles for this one are based off of Season of the Witch, Halloween 3? The blue font.
No, I didn't notice that.
They've actually made like the first 3 movies. The first movie's font was based off of the original Halloween. Halloween Kills was based off of Halloween Part 2. Halloween Ends is based off of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Font style.
Font style.
I don't know why. It's just a little Easter egg, I guess. But anyway, back to the movie. He's taking care of a kid. Apparently it's been 4 years since Michael's last attack, I guess, at this point. Or is this still like the same 2018? I can't remember.
No, it's 4 years later.
This is 4 years later with Corey.
It's 4 years later now, so they didn't kick off where the movie left off. This new character, Corey, never mind, I'll get to this just a minute. But basically the whole premise, the start of the movie is the kid ends up scaring the babysitter thinking that, maybe Michael Myers is there in the house at night and is going to kill her. And, he has, actually, I love his line. Michael Myers isn't going to kill me. I'm a kid. You're the babysitter. So, fair, right?
So that's one of the good parts of the movie.
Yes.
But I don't like, this is the beginning of the movie where they do a lot of the foreshadowing and you obviously know something's going to happen. They do this long shot of the giant stairwell with the big, it's a stairwell that goes around and not a spiral staircase, but but it's got that big middle section where nothing's there.
Right.
And you're like, someone's fallen down that.
Yep.
And they do this so many times in this movie. It's like, oh, there's a corkscrew. Guess what's going to happen?
Yeah. Well, actually, and I wonder, since this is on just thinking this is Halloween night, it must be like Halloween a couple of years later. I don't know.
I think they did start the movie 4 years after the events of the last one.
Yeah, and I obviously we didn't pay that close of attention to this movie because it sucked ass from the beginning. But anyway, so there's this character. They introduce him as Corey. It seems like a random way to start the movie because then they jump cut to basically Lori in a monologue. She's writing a book.
Yeah, and Corey's out of jail. I don't know how long it takes for him to accidentally kill the kid to where he's out and about again. But from what I understand, he probably should have went to jail for a little bit or had some kind of house arrest or something, because yeah, he didn't mean to kill the kid, but it's still involuntary manslaughter or something, maybe? I don't know.
I don't even think they said.
But he was out, like, in a year? Maybe it was a year, because obviously...
Here's those flashbacks.
Oh, the flashbacks everyone talks about. Oh, they showed all these flashbacks to the original, and it ties everything in. It doesn't. I'm sorry.
It doesn't. So, anyway, so we have some so I'm still here. He's in the middle of okay. So there are some flashbacks in the movie. This is how much we remember it. We watched it 3 days ago. But
there's nothing memorable in this movie. The kills aren't that memorable.
No, but basically Laurie, they get to a part after the flashbacks. Laurie is writing a book basically saying, I'm choosing to not be afraid anymore. I'm choosing to live a real life. I'm not hiding.
He just murdered a bunch of people 4 years ago, killed my daughter.
My son-in-law.
My son-in-law and everything. I was in the hospital when it was all happening, but you know what? I'm cool with it now. Whatever. It's all said and done.
Yeah.
I'm done worrying about Michael now. He's been gone for a couple years. It's all good.
Yeah. This coming from a woman who spent her whole life
obsessed with him, and then it's like, oh, I'm good now.
Yeah, a complete 180. So she ends up so she's living with her granddaughter, and it's kind of funny because she does basically try to tie some sad events, Corey killing the kid by accident, random people found dead, shot, just as...
Well, yeah, the town is going crazy or something.
Right.
Because of Michael.
Right. They're so paranoid they end up killing each other.
Or themselves.
Yeah. Again, makes...
It's...
no sense. I mean, basically,
But don't you understand what they're trying to say in this movie? It's evil, about how evil can change its shape and do this, that, and the other thing. Mm-hmm. If you don't understand that, that's why you don't like movies.
Yeah, I just don't like it, but I understand that.
No,
I understand that. I understand that's where they're coming from. But, okay, so there's that. And then they jump to Laurie telling her granddaughter she needs a man, setting her up with Corey.
Yeah, but in the most stupid way possible. She sees him getting bullied by... I don't know how old he's supposed to be, but these guys are in high school, obviously, that are bullying him, right? Because one's in a band. That's the drumstick
Well, and
kid.
I think he says when he's meeting the parents, when he's babysitting for that kid, that he's getting ready to start college.
Okay.
I think.
Yes, he was applying for college.
Yeah.
So... But he's getting bullied by these kids. Nobody's scared of this guy who apparently killed a kid, Oh, this guy's a freak and blah, 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 and let's get in his face, even though we think he killed a kid. And he could probably just be insane and do something bad to us. Let's make fun of him and push him around.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me either. But Laurie apparently just pulls up to this place that he's getting bullied and says, hey, stop bullying that guy. And they walk away, and then she takes him to the hospital because he cut his hand on his Yoo-hoo or whatever milk drink he was drinking.
Yeah, the bullies broke.
No, he broke it because he was so angry. He scratched his hand with his anger strength.
I mean, I know if I'm angry, I could probably crush a glass bottle. Yeah. But
anyway, so she takes Laurie's daughter, works at the hospital. Granddaughter, sorry. Yes, daughter's dead. Granddaughter works at the hospital. Hey, here's this guy who needs stitches, and love at first sight.
Yep, and then the most random hookup, getting it's just so random.
And it's like
all of a sudden she's in love with him, and he's in love with her, and
apparently that was Laurie's whole plan was to bring him to her, like she's been following him around or something, or I don't. It's not explained. The dude's not even that good looking. He's somebody who has mental issues, obviously, you can tell. Yeah, I can see some girl being attracted to him, maybe, because they think he could fix him. Oh, there's another thing of foreshadowing we just saw.
Yeah, we have the movie on in the background.
Because we're trying to refresh our memories as well. But the auto grinder, the parts crusher, I was like, someone's dying in that. And I almost got disappointed, but someone does get crushed in it.
Yep.
And there's spoilers, like we said, so.
Yeah, so basically what ends up happening is, I don't know. So Corey ends up in a sewer.
Well,
and this is not the movie It. So
no.
Sorry, that was just.
So anyway, yeah, they hook up. They go to some party. Somebody, the mom of the kid he was babysitting and killed is there, and she goes off on him. He runs away. He gets mad at what's Laurie's granddaughter's name in this movie?
I don't know.
Ashlyn or Allison. Gets mad. Allison tries to, oh no, and he's like, you can't fix me, which I thought that's what she was trying to do, and he runs off, and she's like, oh my god, oh no. It's like, you just met less than a week ago.
Less than a day ago.
But he runs off. I don't know, somehow he goes to some place where some dude gets in his face. Or that was later when they went back out again, right? I can't remember.
No, don't the bullies find him and he ends up...
the bullies find him and throw him over,
a bridge.
Throw him over a bridge.
Instead of dying like most people probably would.
So now you're trying to say, oh, he's becoming supernatural like Michael was or something, I guess. I don't know if that was... I'm sure that's what the director thought, but I was like, this is stupid. He goes into the sewer. At that time, I think, Michael grabs him,
pulls him in the sewer,
looks him in the eye, and then a bunch of flashbacks and stuff happens, and then he lets him go. And I think, the homeless guy outside says, no one gets out of there, or something like that, and then Corey stabs the homeless guy to death.
Yeah.
And then, because this is how he gets back with Allison. He goes to Allison he goes back to Laurie's house, stands out, by the bushes, like, ooh, like Michael Myers standing by the bush. Yep. Oh, scares her. I just want to talk to Allison. They go somewhere. I killed a guy. And she looks at him like, that's so hot. Let's get back together. I thought they were going to start to do it right there, yeah. They do it in the movie later. But yeah, she looks at him like, oh, it's so hot, you killed a guy. Let's get back together. And then they go to a restaurant, and some dude's hitting on Allison, and she's like, I'm good. And he's like, she said she's good. He gets angry. And I forget what happens. But then it's like, how much of a psycho do you have to be so angry at a dude who was with a girl that you were attracted to, but she's like, I'm good, I'm with this guy. And the guy says, hey, get away. She said she's good. You follow the guy in your car. Well, I guess he had a motorcycle by then. He has a motorcycle now. He was on a bike before. His dad, who was probably the only really good character in the movie. Anyway, good meaning he didn't have any bad things about him. Yeah. He loves his son. He's trying to help his son out.
Is it his son though, or is it his stepdad?
I think that's actually his dad.
No, that was a hard thing to do. So
he doesn't do mean things to him like his mom does. He's actually, I guess the only bad thing is he's not stepping in and stopping the mother from doing the things to Corey. But anyway, he got a motorcycle from his dad. Goes to the sewer. This guy's following him. Follows him into the sewer. It's like, how much of a psycho and how angry do you have to be at somebody to do this? I'm going to teach that kid a lesson.
Allison must have a real tight unit.
I guess. Anyway, leads Michael. They have a fight in the sewer. Michael comes out. Michael can't kill this dude on his own. And everyone's like, oh, he's old now. He's only 4 years older.
And he's 70, though.
And how old is Laurie Strode?
No, that's what I'm saying though. That's how old they establish he is.
So she's like 66 then, maybe.
Yeah.
Or in her mid-60s.
Right.
But she has total physical... I mean, yes, he's also been living in the sewer. Who knows what he's been eating.
He's been blown up. He's been blown up. Anyway,
him and Corey take the guy down. Michael stabs him once. Corey's like, show me how to do it, or something like that. And then Michael stabs the guy just a whole bunch of times. And it looks like he's like... I guess they're trying to say, oh, he's getting strength back or something. But to me, it just looked like he was getting sexual pleasure from doing it. Like he was...
Corey.
No.
Oh,
Michael. He was like, oh, and he was starting to shake. And I was like, is he like getting satisfaction? Like, ooh, yeah, from doing it? I don't know. I thought that was dumb. I'm just trying to say this is the best way possible. But anyway. So, and then it's like, so is Corey gonna like just bring people to have Michael kill? Like, what was it? In Little Shop of Horrors when he had to bring food to the plant? Like, now I have to bring people to, but then that doesn't come to fruition.
Right, they kind of dropped that. Like, he didn't, like, that was weird.
And then Corey's getting bullied some more.
And there's basically a scene in the bar, a bar with Lindsay Wallace, who's still alive after her last movie, Laurie, and then now we have the father of the deceased kid, and he basically tells Laurie and Lindsay, that wasn't Corey. I thought I saw Corey the other day, but when I stopped him and I looked in his eyes, that wasn't Corey. And that's your indication.
Oh, yes.
Again, as they're putting, like...
He's got the
cold, dead eyes.
Cold, blackest eyes.
Yeah.
The devil's eyes. And it's like...
Excuse me.
Okay. But the whole time, it's like the movie's called Halloween Ends. Are they really going to do that? So, I don't know. Anyways, they're really trying to say that, make it look like Corey's going to be the new Michael Myers or something. I forget what happens, but eventually the doctor and a nurse that Allison works with are hooking up, and the other nurse gets the promotion. And they're going to the doctor's house to celebrate. And somehow Corey... Hey. Somehow Corey shows up. This is, a big corkscrew opening the wine. Open the wine bottle. Zoom in on that corkscrew. Hey, someone's getting killed by a corkscrew. Guess what happens? Corey kills the doctor with a corkscrew. But somehow Michael's there as well. Like Michael just showed up with Corey. Like they both jumped on the motorcycle or something. I don't know. And Michael kills the girl for no reason. And I think that's the end of that scene. Well,
they don't want to leave a witness, and then they try to do his signature knife through the nurse. She's stuck against the wall.
She's stuck against the wall, so they another Easter egg.
His head tilt.
Does he? I don't remember that part.
Yeah, but it's like barely a head tilt. It isn't like with Bob and
but movie one. Okay, great.
Okay, so so more or less, guys, that is the movie until like the last 15 minutes. So it's
someone bullies him, he kills them. Someone bullies him. The 4 high school kids get killed at the junkyard, which I thought, one of them's getting thrown in the grinder. That didn't happen. So I was like, I was wrong. I wasn't. But I was wrong about it being at that point.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is before he has, spoilers again. They do Michael really dirty in this movie. So all the kills, he goes after all the people who bullied him. The guy at the radio station bullies them because they were hanging out at the radio station, and he's like, hey, this is my property, get off of it. I'm like, dude, what? Chill out, they're just hanging out. But anyway, goes back to the sewer, fights with Michael very quickly, and takes Michael's mask. Again, Michael should be strong enough to fight off this guy who can barely fight people, period. Like, he kills these people by ambushing them or with a car and other things, not with his just physical prowess. But he's got enough physical prowess to take Michael down, take his mask, and then run. Goes to the radio station first, kills the receptionist lady for no reason, and kills the radio DJ, because that's the guy who was bullying him. And then goes to Laurie's house with the Michael Myers mask. So this is why you're supposed to think, oh, he's gonna be the new Michael, or oh, she's gonna kill him and think she killed Michael, and then Michael's gonna be around for the next movie. One of those two options, probably, right?
Right. And just to preface that section right there, Allison and Corey were planning on running away together.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
So basically, when Allison comes back, she finds what?
Oh, back from... Because she gets mad.
Because she can't find Corey. Corey doesn't meet her.
Corey doesn't meet her.
So she goes back to the house she's living in
so
with Corey.
So she's going back to the house with her grandmother. Corey's already there. Laurie fakes suicide. Even she calls in a suicide call to the cops. Loads a gun. You hear the gunshot go off. But I'm like, nope, she didn't kill herself. She shot the pumpkin that they obviously foreshadowed again with the big, here's a pumpkin. So she shoots off the shot. Corey opens the door. Well, yeah, it's Corey. You know it's Corey. And she points the gun at him and says, you really think I was going to kill myself? Shoots him twice. He goes down. They talk and do this whole monologue thing about evil and stuff. And he goes, earlier in the movie he said, if he can't have her, nobody can. So he brings that line back. If I can't have her, takes this knife about yay long, jabs it all the way up to the handle into his neck, and doesn't die right away. Laurie yanks it out of his neck, and she's like, oh my god, oh my god. And that's when Allison comes in. So now she thinks that Laurie killed him, but he killed himself. And I liked how the knife didn't have blood all the way down the blade when she yanked it out. But anyway, besides that. So now she's like, oh my god, I can't believe... And then she runs off again, drives away instead of like calling the cops or whatever. Michael's there at the house somehow. Grabs his mask and puts it back on. The cop guy, what's his name?
I don't know. I still can't figure out who he is. I mean, I know who he is.
The guy who they tried to say had the hots for Laurie and kills.
Well, yeah.
The old guy, the old cop. I can't think of his name.
But I don't know how they knew each other for so long. I don't know.
But anyway.
Again, another thing that I don't really pay attention to. Like, this is how much I did not like the later movies.
But he calls Allison and says,
your grandma called in.
Your grandma called in a suicide call. Is she okay? Right? She stops for no reason. I don't know if it's because her phone rang or whatever. If it was on vibrate. I didn't hear her phone ring. But she stops while she's driving out of town. Gets that call. Turns back around to go the other way. Michael and Laurie have like a 2-second fight, which is very, very disappointing. Because Laurie's hiding from Michael. Michael's got his mask. He gets his knife. She stops something from hitting a thing for no reason. Like, oh, he's going to know I'm in here. No, he's not. He's going to know if you're in there because you made it stop moving.
Well,
like, whatever the
tie on the blinds.
The tie on the blinds was hitting the... Yeah, like the wind or something was blowing it.
Yeah. So basically...
But anyway, again...
Michael dies. And yeah. Allison ends up saving her grandmother from being killed by Michael.
So, but no, she doesn't. Does she?
Yes. Allison does the last kill. Because he's just about ready to kill Laurie after he miraculously pulls his bare hand that a blade was all the way in.
Okay. Before Michael attacks Laurie, like he comes out and she sees him, Corey, laying on the ground after having a knife blade that should have went completely through and out the other end of his neck, grabs Michael by the leg or something. And Michael decides, I'm going to bend over and I'm going to snap your neck because you're still alive. How? I don't know. But again, probably trying to say he's going to be the new Michael. Because you don't see what happens to him after that. Could he be supernatural now and come back? Or is he dead? Don't know. There's also the theory that Allison's pregnant with Corey's baby, and that's the new Michael. And watch it be a girl. But anyway.
So anyway, Michael's dead.
Michael's dead.
Let's skip. Michael's dead.
Michael's dead. He attacks Laurie. Laurie hits him with a fire extinguisher. Somehow pins him to a table with the knife that he had in one hand. Throws an entire refrigerator on his legs. Somehow. Like the refrigerator's like the lightest refrigerator ever, because Michael couldn't get back up. Grabs another knife, stab. So now he's like splayed out. She slices his throat.
Yeah.
But then somehow, he yanks his hand out, grabs her with a hand, and starts choking her, and that's when Allison comes, stops that, and then they do the down the road, not across the street, on his one arm, as well, to have him bleed out all the way. And then they parade him through town.
Yes. So I want to stop for just a minute and talk about them parading him through town, because there's a reason for that. So I completely forgot the scene we just passed. So basically, not only is Laurie trying to live her best life and forget about Michael, well, unfortunately, the townspeople have blamed not only Michael, but all the paranoia since on Laurie.
On Laurie.
Like, how dare you bring this evil to our town? Like,
yes, like somehow the colored woman from the previous movie who had the light bulb shoved in her throat,
she survived.
She survived.
But she's mute and in a wheelchair.
She's mute in a wheelchair.
So her sister sees Laurie smiling and being happy, and she's like, how dare you be happy?
How dare you be happy? You didn't even know my sister's name or whatever and all that.
Yeah, she was your neighbor.
She was your neighbor and blah, blah, this and that.
Yeah.
It's like,
so,
how was she supposed to know that happened to her anyway?
Right. So basically, Laurie has her own little ostracization. Is that the right? Is that?
What are you trying to say?
She's ostracized.
Okay.
So I don't know how you would say that. She's basically ostracized. Again, everyone thinks she's a freak. She's weird. She's the one who brought the evil.
She's the one who brought the evil.
Right. Even though Michael Myers lived in the house and started the whole thing. So yeah. So all kinds of weird stuff. But anyway, so Laurie's like, no, we're going to make sure his body. We're going to make sure it's destroyed. We want the whole town to see it. We want the whole town to forgive me, more or less, and come together and realize that, we're a community and we should be acting like one, I guess. So, yes, they parade him through town. It's just like having a funeral. You have the procession. There's all these people joining in.
Yeah, I'm like, they're just going to parade him through town. People are just going to watch it, drive by.
Yeah, but then there's cars joining.
Then there's, like, cars lining up behind. People walking. Some kid who I didn't know who it was, and then you're like, it's the kid from the first movie.
I think it was.
Where his babysitter got killed. The colored kid. And I was like, okay, I guess. I guess that could be him. They don't say who it is, but they really focus on this kid walking down the street, so I'm guessing that's who it was. They take him to the junkyard, and this is where the auto shredder thing comes into play.
Yep.
They set Michael Myers' body into the auto shredder and turn it on, and he gets sucked into it, and it actually looks pretty cool. The body gets smooshed and splattered and everything.
Yeah.
And that's it. He's dead.
Yep.
But evil doesn't die. According to Laurie at the end with her book finale, it just changes shape.
Yay.
What does that mean? It means, hey, we still got a sequel date even though Halloween ends.
Yeah. So...
So this movie was trash.
Yeah. I mean, it's... Obviously, Halloween is a cash cow.
Yes.
For one. Two, they tried to put as many themes on as possible. No bullying.
This movie would have been way better without any connection to the Halloween franchise at all. It could have just been a story of a kid getting bullied. He, did the thing, goes crazy, kills himself in the end. That would have been a decent movie. You're trying to show the Halloween mythos in it. Laurie Strode, Michael Myers.
A love story.
Some stupid love story with, Laurie's granddaughter. And you ruin what I guarantee you would have been a better movie without any of that. And just had, a babysitter accidentally kills the kid. Oh my God, this, that, the other thing. And then, he goes crazy. He goes insane. Never meets Michael Myers. He just goes crazy. People are bullying him, this, that, and the other. And then, I guarantee you that would have been a way better movie than what we got.
Yeah. But instead, we got this.
Instead, we get this. And it's not a good Halloween movie. I don't know why Michael Myers is so weak, other than everyone saying he's old. But again,
he's also superhuman.
He's been superhuman for how many movies? I mean, I know in this timeline he's only been superhuman in 3 movies. The original Halloween, Halloween 2018, and then Halloween Kills. But
so they tried to put too much in the story. They tried to rush things, and they also tried to, and again, tie in Michael Myers, Laurie Strode. So this is supposed to be the fan. I'm trying to think. The fan service. We're bringing back Laurie Strode. She's completely different now. She's trying to be like she was, in 1978 version. Like, she's a nice, happy adult. She's functioning. She's not an alcoholic like they made her in H2O. It's not her brother. Like, I mean, it's just...
See, they should have just stopped at 2018. That was a good wrap up of everything. And that should have been it. End the story. Michael is dead. He got burned up in the house. The end. Just like H2O. She drives him off out of the, hits the brakes, slams him through, runs him over, goes down the cliff, pins into a tree, cuts his head off. That should have been the final Halloween in that timeline.
Yep.
But no, you gotta be stupid and make a sequel to those movies instead of just making a total reboot or your own story. You don't need to keep bringing somebody back in.
And if you have to do that to think your movie's going to be good, then you don't have a good movie to start with. And that's just, unfortunately, every reboot now.
I mean, technically the way they got around H2O was with it not actually being Michael, because Michael switched bodies or something. Okay, that's feasible.
Michael switched bodies.
Well, no, he took the guy in the ambulance, put his mask on him.
I know.
But there's no way in hell Michael's coming back from getting put into an auto shredder unless they put Corey in the auto shredder by accident, which I really doubt they did that. So if they continue with this timeline, it's going to have to be either some supernatural Corey that didn't die, because you never see what happens to his body after everything, or yes, a baby that Allison doesn't get rid of. That becomes bullied and grows up, and yes. But for now, Halloween ends.
And I'll never get back those 2 hours of my life. So
I mean, compared to Kills at least has a factor of there's actual good kills in it. That movie wasn't good either. But if you want to see people getting killed and blood splattering everywhere, Halloween Kills is for you. Story sucks. The movie is not good, but if you just want to see people getting splattered, Halloween Kills is for you. This one, I don't know who it's for. I really don't. It's not really for fans. Yeah, they're trying to throw all these Easter eggs in.
Yeah.
But no, like I'm actually of the mind that this was a completely different movie, and they just shoved all the Halloween stuff in. Because like I said, this could have been a decent movie without all the Halloween stuff in it. It just had a kid going crazy because of what he did when he was babysitting one night.
Yeah, but that's okay. We're done.
We're done.
It sucks.
It sucks. Wish they would have kept the original thing where it was all three were going to be on the exact same night, but they didn't do that either. So.
Yeah. Yep. So.
1 out of 5. 1 star out of 5.
Half a star out of 5.
Ooh, you're a little bit harsher than I was.
But you know, like for me, in the entire Halloween franchise, 1, 4, 5.
Those are your favorites?
Yes.
I like out of all the timelines, totally period.
Yes.
Just the original timeline.
Yes.
1, 4, the Thorn timeline, I guess as they
Yes.
call it now. 1,
Yes.
4, and 5.
1, 4, and 5. Yes.
I like 1. I like 2. Not a big fan of 4, 5, and 6. I have a soft spot in my heart for 3, but that's not part of the Thorn timeline. 3 is just a fun, stupid movie. I'm sorry. Yeah, it doesn't have Michael in it, but you go into it knowing Michael's not in it, and it's just a fun, stupid movie. I wish they would have made more Halloween movies like they wanted to do. They wanted to make a different Halloween movie every year that takes place on Halloween. That's why they were called Halloween. But,
but it wasn't reliant on a single character.
Yeah.
Or basically.
Yeah, it was just a different story every year.
Right.
H2O is good.
I like H2O, but I still like
Resurrections, no. And then the first 2018 Halloween in this timeline is good. The other 2 are crap.
Yeah. So that is our review. I know there's a lot of just basically telling you what we hated about like every scene that we hated in the movie, but yeah, we're not movie reviewers.
Oh, and neither one of us really cared for the Rob Zombie timeline.
No, I didn't even think I finished watching any of those.
2?
No. So one thing though, so if you've never watched a Halloween movie ever, which is cool, I do want to recommend. There's a channel called Dead Meat, and basically he does like a kill count of all the kills in the movie, but he also does a great job of like kind of summarizing up like the movie itself.
Yes.
What do you call him? The host is named James Janice.
James Dage.
Yes, and the channel name is Dead Meat. So if you ever want to watch like a recap, like a really great recap, Dead Meat is a great one. Now we'll get to our stride where we can do this, better. But we also I like how he adds clips of the movies and obviously stuff that we can't do because we're not like.
Well, we don't have a capture card.
Right.
I don't have the big computer to try to pull stuff off the internet with just get clips from.
Yep.
Like I did for a couple of videos we had. Plus we get copyright struck every time I do that.
Yeah, we don't have sponsors for our videos to
so but anyway, we're doing like live to tape type stuff. I would really like to do live period because I mean it would be great to be talking with people right now and tell us, what did you like? What did you like? Do you agree with us on this thing? Do you not agree with us? We could argue back and forth. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, anyway. I guess we better stop it now because something came up and hopefully that doesn't mean the capture card, the memory card has not been corrupted.
That happened last time.
That happened last time. We did a nice video and we had to scrap it.
Yep, but we'll be back. We have a couple more videos planned. One is going to be a really short video coming up on a new ice cream flavor because
Because we're a food blog apparently.
Because we just like to blog about food. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching.
That's it. If you nothing's stopping you from watching Halloween Ends. We're just saying don't expect much.
Yeah.
All right. So until next time.
Stay out of trouble.